What up, what up, what up? What's good people? Appreciate everybody that's been following, subscribing, leaving comments below, giving me your feedback and your thoughts. Appreciate it a lot. Keeps me engaged. I hope I'm keeping you engaged with what I'm doing with these vlogs. It's been real fun for me, man. It's like documenting my life and taking you on a journey on me through life, through events, and through thoughts in my mind. You know what I mean? It's not only for y'all, it's also for me and my children, my grandchildren, my great-grandchildren to be, so they could see how their ancestor was out here on these earthly streets in 2024 and beyond. You know, what's been on my mind lately is the word accountability, man. I had a conversation with someone who says that I have zero accountability, which is so crazy to me because I know for sure I've taken accountability for everything I've done. And some stuff that had nothing to do with me, I took accountability for. So speaking of accountability, because a lot of people like using that word a lot or throwing it around, but the real definition of accountability is the state of being held responsible for one's actions or the expectation of giving an account. It can also refer to the willingness to accept responsibility for one's actions or to be judged on performance. I have no problem with that. I never had a problem with that. I've always been upfront with what I'm trying to do. I never been a person trying to manipulate, trick, use, whatever. Am I perfect? Of course not. Especially in my youth. I might have done some little shady things to try to get my way, but it never felt good afterwards. You know what I mean? And those results you get from it are never really that satisfying. You know, you want people to do things on their own merit or for their own desire. At least if you're a decent person. You know, some people don't care, but that's a whole nother thing. But one thing you can't be held accountable for is other people's expectations. I can't be held accountable for what you expect me to do or what you feel I should be doing, especially when I never told you that that's what I was going to do, or I never gave you any inclination of that idea you had in your head. And a lot of times people will have a problem with you. They will have an attitude with you. They will switch up on you as if you and them had a conversation about what they expected from you and you reneged on the deal, or you not doing what you said when you never even said it. They play it in their mind. You'll have an issue, especially like relationships, you know what I mean? You hear it all the time, the battle of the sexes. It's like, you know, I saw a clip one time when the woman was talking about how a lot of women have a problem with their man who are actually good men. And she said one of the key factors was a lot of these women had good men and good husbands, but it wasn't their expectation of what a husband should be. They expected their husband to be of a certain criteria, character, motive, and that man didn't fit it perfectly, and now he's an asshole. Now they can't work with him. That's what I mean about expectations. Men do it as well. We do it as well.
Women, we meet you and we're like, our idea and our fairy tale is you are Prince Charming, honey. And then we try to get you to fit Prince Charming, and the more you don't fit it, the more y'all end up in my office going, but he doesn't do this. Well, has he ever did it? No, but I always just thought my husband would. Your husband or this man? So are you getting to know who you with, or are you making this man fit this fairy tale ideology that doesn't even exist anyways? And so women come and lead with fit this, or you have no value. Men come in and go, all right, I'm here and I'm gonna learn how to be the best I can for you. And then women do what? You're taking too long. You're not getting there because you haven't fit the box of the fairy tale. So for me, it's helped me break down what all of my clients know. Y'all know I call it the fairy tale ideology. And I'm not exaggerating, Can. I want to say 100%, but I'm going to go 99.9% of women who come in my office, I'm having to work on breaking their fairy tale ideology of their husband. And hold on, let me say this. To his defense, they almost always have an amazing husband. But because his amazingness doesn't fit her idea of amazing, guess what? He ain't shit to her. And remember, have no emotional investment besides I really want them to get this, work through this. I'm going, so because he don't fit your tone of red, you gonna tell me this man still ain't red?
He burgundy though.
You see what I'm saying?
When we have unspoken expectations, they kill our relationship.
Yeah.
Because we hold someone accountable for something they never agreed to do.
Yeah.
Or never agreed to be. And that's the other part. So often as men, you know, we want to be the best version of ourselves. So then we find a woman say, oh, I'm going to help you do X, Y, and Z.
Right.
Now, that's fine.
Every great man finds a great woman.
Right. But a lot of times we try to make that woman greater.
Yeah.
You know, in whatever way we think she should be great.
She should be.
Instead of just appreciating her as is.
Yeah.
And if she, you know, becomes even a better version of herself, great. But do we love her as is?
If people will communicate more and you hear what they feel, which is hard because communication is one of the toughest things. And that was another argument that was brought up. It was like, hey, you never communicate. And it's true. I'm not the greatest communicator in the world. I'm way better than I used to be when I was younger, but I grew up in a home where my mom didn't really communicate with me, or my father didn't really communicate with me at the right times, should I say, you know? And they were going through their issues, and my father was dealing with his alcoholism, and there was a strain on the family just in general. So I guess the coping mechanism was shutting down to avoid certain things, but it bled down to the rest of the family. So when somebody has an issue, we don't know how to express it. You know what I mean? I remember my mom will always like, I'll ask her a question and she'll go, you know such and such and such and such. You know this and this and that. And I'm like, no, I don't know. You never told me these things. How would I know if we never talked about these things? Again, goes back to expectations. So, accountability is good to have, but no, you cannot be held accountable for other people's expectations of you, of what they feel you should be doing, or what they feel you should have said. That's not fair. And that's not realistic. You only could be accountable for things you said and actions you do. That was just on my mind. So if you see yourself in a little battle or a little breakdown somewhere in life, what a friend, a lover, a coworker, or whatever, sometimes it's just about really trying to get them to speak out and have that conversation where they can be accountable and let you know what's really on their mind, so we could get to the bottom of the problem and not dwell on the problem, look for a solution. Because a lot of issues and a lot of breakdowns that happens in marriages, that happens in friendship, that happens in collaboration with musical people is miscommunication. That's all I got for today. Once again, I appreciate everybody following me. If you haven't yet, subscribe to the YouTube. Follow me everywhere else. I'll have all the links in the description. I have the link to this very camera I'm using in the description, affiliate link. And yeah, let me know what other type of videos or whatever topics y'all might want to speak about. All right? 1.